Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic. Random review-ish, kinda, sorta. Now, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do or not. I have a netbook that I got who knows how many years ago. Perfect for the size. It's sort of like, yay big, Ran Windows 7. I think I got it because I wanted to take notes on it, and that's before I got a tablet. So, it was great for traveling around with, and I wanted to do desktop publishing. It's like, well, I could do it on my workhorse that I do all my editing on, but I'm like, well, if that's uploading, I kind of want to do other stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll try to do it on the netbook. The thing had been a problem child from the beginning. Would not want to do this, and it's like, fine. All I wanted to do was run an ancient Broderbund desktop publishing software that I have buttloads of. So, very good company if you like desktop publishing. It's a Printmaster or Broderbund. They're kind of all the same company, and I think Encore is one of them too. And I've got a zillion different programs. Okay, fine. It's like, let's see if I can find another cheapo little computer just to do that on. For the hell of it, I decided to look, I think in Walmart, because I think it had some, a gift card like change on it. I'll see what's in there. And I came across an Apple MacBook something or other for $150. No, it was $190. So I went to Amazon looking for the same thing. Same thing, $150. So, for that, I am now a proud owner of a MacBook. Now, Apple people, take a breath, get a drink, get it out of your system, laugh your butts off. This is from 2008 and used, which is why I can afford an Apple product. This damn thing, brand new. Yeah, a MacBook between $1,200 and $1,600. Why? Why? People, why? So I'm like, okay, for what I was kind of planning on getting a Windows, and like, okay, I want to wet my whistle and see what the hoo-ha is for Apple. Not much, apparently. Now, I will say, when I do quite a bit of stuff on it, though I've yet to be able to do any Broderbund stuff, because obviously my stuff is for Windows, and I'm hoping what I sent for Broderbund will be for Apple, because it said Mac and, for Windows and Mac. So, but if it isn't, I can return it. But I'm like, I like the Broderbund stuff. So, anywho, I got this. And it doesn't seem to get as hot as my normal laptops and stuff, which is pretty darn good, actually. And being used, begone creature, it came with like a nick here and, things that don't bother me in the least. A little bit of schmutz where it's kind of like the pixels are kind of off, but you only see it when it's like that. Did they do this on purpose, the Apple people, where everything is opposite from Windows? Where if you want to scroll up, you gotta scroll down on the mouse, or something, vice versa, or whatever. Where you want to close out the program, instead of being in a literal nice window like Windows, it's the access bar, where you find like view and edit or whatever, is like up top, so you're never quite sure what program you're closing out of. It's really stupidly done, actually. So instead of closing out and closing the program, you have to like exit after you exit. It's like an extra step that doesn't need to be done. So hey, don't give me that. So it's in everything with the little dooflickies are on the left side instead of the right side, which is kind of awkward for me because I'm right-handed and you kind of expect everything there. So it's been like a very steep learning curve trying to figure out the strangeness of Apple. And this came with Lion for the operating system. which was okay, but I wanted a few, like, you know, going through the App Store. Is it an App Store? Where you get the programs, apparently. Some of the ones that I wanted. You must have El Capitan. Nope, you must have El Capitan. I'm like, so I, like, barely had the minimum requirements to run El Capitan. So, I updated El Capitan. Well, I get my, you know, I can access the programs that I kind of want, but you lose audio, apparently. And I have to admit, the Apple support is pretty darn awesome. You can get the chat, and you can chat with different people, but now I can't get the... I didn't get it to work. Then I got it to work. Now it doesn't want to work. So, I don't know what the hell. Is this done doing its thing? Of course, I'm trying to find programs for it. Why are you paying a shit ton of money for an item that you can't use any programs on? You're like stuck with the 3 programs that kind of come with it. Oh, and iMovie. Before the update, you can transfer items from where in the hell ever, you know, from whatever, you know, your photos, your whatever place you want to input to. Not after El Capitan, it won't acknowledge any of that because it wants you to pay $15 more for... It's asking you for something it didn't even ask for beforehand. So I'm like, well, do I want to revert or do I want to be able to use the thing? But iMovie is not impressive. I was very disappointed in iMovie, though I think I got the very bare minimum. But GarageBand was very entertaining, and so far that I've been able to use. So my new intro is made with GarageBand. So I did manage to find a VideoPad video editor that I have on various other Windows product things, so. But I don't plan on doing editing with this anyway, so that was just sort of like, so it's a very strange, surreal experience working with this thing. So I'll have plenty of memory. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here. And then there's no, if you put things into trash from applications, is that like uninstalling a program? Because there's no way to like uninstall a program. It's very confusing. Okay, let's try this again. And I bought my first game since I had a few dollars on there. So yes, it's. I mean, it looks very pretty and shiny. I mean, the graphics are pretty good. I mean, I was kind of surprised, you know, just visually being old. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. So I wasn't too terribly disappointed. As far as this does come with a DVD player, but it's kind of sticky. Like, it doesn't want to like spit out the disc so much. So I don't know if it's just age or, but it's nice to have, anyways. I mean, I got a couple of USB ports, your standard pluggy thingies. But I will say that I like, the thing that amuses me is the electrical cord. It's going to be a pain in the ass if this thing goes, but I really, it's very interesting. And it's magnetized. And I do like the little addition of that. It counts for you wrapping the cord around, that we all know we all do. So, it was very nice of them. It doesn't seem to have too wonderful a battery life. I mean, I think I get more battery life out of other things, but I suppose it depends on what you do with it, so I always usually keep it plugged in anyway, so. They don't quite offer you too much, like I said before, as far as applications, especially freebies. And, you know, I'm a cheap bastard, so I want free shit. But what they do offer isn't too bad. I mean, they're a lot more higher class kind of apps than you might find on Android. Let's see. Like VideoPad is a fairly decent video editor. Photoscape I've got for Windows. When Kala didn't work. Right. And then the manipulation too. I keep expecting there to be a separate little mouse, like on my old laptop. There's like a little special spot for you to scroll up and down on the touchpad. This doesn't do that. So you have to have like 2 different fingers, and you have to figure out. So it's like must work backwards. Yeah, I haven't had too much time to kind of fiddle with it, so I'm still trying to like learning curve. So it's been like a week. I don't know what the hell it is with USPS. I just want to fix them all. We'll see if the program that I sent for, which is floating around in the city, actually manages to get to me, because for some weird ass reason, this time, the dumbass didn't want to knock apparently. So, okay, get the thing that it arrived. Okay, where the, oh, it was some sort of delivery error. Fuck. So, went to where I sent it, picked up the note going, something, you needed a signature, which was fine, that was no problem. And it's like, well, we didn't want to, like, it was like, something about not being safe to leave it where it was. And I'm like, did he actually go inside the door and knock to the person that was literally on the other side of the door? Apparently not. So, went to the post office. It was closed. It was like 12:30. It was like 12, I guess it closed at 12 and it was like 12:15. I'm like, nope, screw this shit. Knocked on the door. You couldn't knock on the door? So fortunately the lady was nice enough to hunt the guy down, because I told her, it's like, did he knock? He was on the other side of the door, not, what the hell? So they hunted my thing and found the guy, and he did manage to deliver it to me after hours, and it's like, dude. So, after finally getting the damn thing, I spent that whole day trying crash course in Mac. So, I'm glad I got it. I'm still debating whether to revert to Lion, but I'm like, well, I don't plan on using iMovie anyway. So, but if I do want newer apps, you can't have the older stuff. And then again, VideoPad is just as good as iMac anyway. So I did kind of like the fancy kind of, new dooflicky thingy for like the fonts and stuff. So you'll have a few that have kind of prototype, and then I kind of updated that, and I'm still fiddling. So I don't know. I don't even know how I designed the other one. I think it was some obscure video programming thingy. I do kind of wish you could have like the multiple windows, like in Windows, where you could have like, I don't think you can do this, where you can have one thing on one side, one thing on another. They kind of mentioned that in El Capitan, but I've yet to actually see that. You can't really do anything with like the, I like most of my shortcuts on the toolbar, or whatever the hell they call it in Mac. The Mac bar, but it seems like you're limited to how many things you can have, which is really annoying. And then, though I do kind of like the dot where it kind of tells you, well, this is still running. It's like, well, if I closed it out, why is it still running? So it's a very strange, trying to figure out where everything is, because it's not in like the same spot. It's done very strangely. For some weird reason, the left mouse button here, right clicky mouse doesn't want to work. I don't know. And I'm trying to find, and of course when you upload, I couldn't figure out what X11 was. Well, now that on your Capitan, that doesn't want to work, so I did find some another thing, so I've got to kind of figure that out. So it's very confusing, looks pretty. Hopefully it'll work with the program that I want. If not, I'll have to hunt something. I am not paying extra money for these things. I'm personally not impressed. I don't, at least as far as what you're paying for compared to what you get. You could buy 5 Windows laptops for what they want for one of these things. I want to know, where is this money going? If you're paying $1,000 for this laptop and it doesn't do anything more special than anything on Windows, and you have less to pick from, what is this money going to? I don't know. But I am at least now a proud Apple owner of ancient stuff. I still have... I learned quite a bit in a week, but I still have quite a bit of more learning to go. Meh. Not quite sure what else to tell ya, so it's just quite the learning curve. So, if anybody's got any tips for El Capitan, do tell. Even though it's going to be up to Sierra, I'm probably... I don't know if it'll work that far. I wasn't quite sure if it would work for this, and heaven forbid if you, like, upload or upgrade to, like, a previous version of the OS. I think it went from Lion to Mountain Lion, Yosemite. It might have been a few, Mavericks, I think, was in there. And it was like, well, you know, if you want to update, you shouldn't have to do that giant jump. But I did back up on a thumb drive, so I'm still kind of like, so, I don't know. It just seems strange to be owning a Mac laptop. You see everybody with these, like, the fancy things. And then, wouldn't you know, in, like, the will, I found, like, covers. It was, like, a really cool space cover, but you know it was, like, for the brand new stuff, and might have worked for this. I don't know, because the new stuff is, like, really, really thin. So I'm like, probably wouldn't work for mine. Oh well. So, that is my proud declamation that I am a proud MacBook owner. Once I figure out how the damn thing works. I am practicing. I will figure this out. Thank you for watching. Do remember to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. There's always room for one more at the Strange and Exotic. Okay, Mac people, take a deep breath. You can stop laughing now. Okay, bye. Windows forever!